In November 2023, the aviation world watched as Emirates and Fly Dubai placed one of the largest wide-body aircraft orders in history. In total, Emirates has committed to over 200 Boeing 777X airplanes, alongside a massive fleet of A350s and 787s. Combined, that's over 800 new airplanes scheduled for delivery to two airlines that both call Dubai home. These are massive, long-range jets designed to dominate global travel for the next 2 decades. There's just one problem: their airport can't handle them. Dubai International is full, maxed out of gates, out of runway slots, and critically out of physical space to expand. The city has literally built itself around the airport, creating a concrete chokehold that no amount of engineering can break. So, how do you grow an aviation empire when your primary hub has hit a hard ceiling? The answer is a $35 billion gamble sitting in the desert. A project that failed once before, but is now the only option left. For the last decade, Dubai International, DXB, has been the undisputed king of international travel. It is the busiest international airport on the planet, handling a record 92.3 million passengers. It is the engine of Dubai's economy, contributing over 27% to the Emirates' GDP. This success was built on a precise model: connect any 2 points on the globe with a single stop in Dubai. It worked. It turned a desert airstrip into a global Aerotropolis. But here's the economic reality: that model is now under threat. DXB operates with just 2 runways. While they are efficient, they are physically constrained. During peak waves, there is simply no room to slot in another A380 or 777. To understand the future, we have to look at a failure from the past, because the solution to this crisis isn't new. It was actually unveiled nearly 20 years ago, only to become one of aviation's most expensive ghost towns. Today we are analysing the strategic transition from Dubai International to Al Maktoum International, also called DWC. We will look at why the first attempt failed, the hard data driving the new $35 billion master plan, and the immense logistical risk of moving the world's largest aviation ecosystem 30 miles south. Let's be clear about what DXB's constraints actually mean. This isn't just about crowded terminals, it's about airfield saturation. DXB covers roughly 2,900 hectares. For comparison, Denver International in the US covers 13,000 hectares. DXB is landlocked by urban development. To the north, you have the historic Deira district. To the south and east, residential and commercial zones. This physical limit dictates the operational ceiling. You cannot build a 3rd runway. You cannot build a 4th terminal without demolishing billions of dollars in existing city infrastructure. For years, Dubai airports managed this by focusing on upgauging, using larger aircraft like the A380 to carry more people per slot. If you can't land more planes, you land bigger planes. That strategy worked brilliantly for a decade. It made Emirates the largest operator of the A380 in the world. But the industry is changing. The A380 is out of production. The future of aviation relies on high-frequency connections using twin-engine widebodies like the A350 and 777X, and even single-aisle jets for regional routes. This is where the math breaks down. Fly Dubai operates a massive fleet of Boeing 737s. These planes take up a runway slot just like an A380, but carry a fraction of the passengers. As Fly Dubai expands and integrates closer with Emirates, the pressure on those 2 runways becomes unsustainable. Consultants estimate DXB's absolute theoretical limit, with every efficiency squeezed out, is around 115 to 120 million passengers. Current projections show Dubai hitting that number within the next few years. It's not just slower expansion, it's DXB failing to meet demand. If Dubai wants to reach its target of 250 million passengers by 2050, staying at DXB is mathematically impossible. The solution was already sitting in the desert, half-built and waiting. Al Maktoum International, or DWC, opened for cargo in 2010 and passengers in 2013. The original vision was staggering. The world's largest airport, capable of handling 160 million passengers and 12 million tons of cargo. But timing is everything in aviation. The 2008 global financial crisis hit Dubai hard. Construction was scaled back. The urgency evaporated. For over a decade, DWC became a secondary facility, a place for cargo operators, private jets, and occasionally overflow traffic during runway repairs at DXB. During the pandemic, it served as the world's most expensive parking lot. It seemed like the Aerotropolis vision was dead, a victim of overambition. There was also a strategic hesitation. Airlines hate split hubs. Operating two major airports in one city is a logistical nightmare. It splits your fleet, doubles your ground operations costs, and makes connecting passengers, the lifeblood of the Emirates model, extremely difficult. Moving Emirates to DWC wasn't just about building a terminal, it required moving the entire operation at once. So, for 10 years, the can was kicked down the road. DXB was optimized, refurbished, and squeezed for capacity. So, what changed? The post-COVID travel rebound was faster and more violent than anyone predicted. Passenger numbers didn't just return, they surged. In April 2024, the government of Dubai made it official. They approved a massive 128 billion dirham, roughly $35 billion investment to finally build the real DWC. Here is the scale of what is being built. This is not just an airport. It is a new city node. The new master plan features 5 parallel runways. This is critical. Most major airports, even those with multiple runways, cannot operate them all simultaneously for independent arrivals and departures due to separation requirements. DWC's runways are spaced specifically to allow simultaneous independent operations. The facility will have 400 aircraft gates. For context, the world's busiest airport, currently Hartsfield-Jackson in Atlanta, has around 190. The ultimate capacity target is 260 million passengers per year. That is nearly triple the current traffic at DXB. It is a figure so large it sounds theoretical, but when you look at the order books of Emirates and flydubai, it becomes a necessity. This decision wasn't optional. With the 777X deliveries beginning and the fleet expanding, the parking lot in the desert had to become the main stage. So, how does an entire aviation ecosystem relocate? This is the most complex logistical challenge in commercial aviation history. You cannot simply flip a switch. The transition is planned over the next 10 years, with Phase 1 set for completion around the early 2030s. The strategy appears to be an all-or-nothing move for the hub carrier. Emirates has indicated they will not split operations. They will remain at DXB until DWC can handle their entire hub bank. This means DWC must be fully functional, capable of handling 150 million passengers on day one of the switch. Think about the supporting infrastructure. It's not just terminals and runways, it's the catering facilities that produce 200,000 meals a day. It's the massive engineering hangars capable of checking A380s. It's the housing for tens of thousands of staff. All of this has to be replicated or moved 30 miles south. Here's what separates DWC from every other airport megaproject. It is designed as a multimodal transport node. It is directly linked to the Jebel Ali port, creating a seamless sea-to-air cargo corridor. This is vital for the economic model. Dubai isn't just moving passengers, it's moving global freight. The government is also extending the metro and building dedicated expressways. They are essentially shifting the center of gravity of the entire city southward. But there's another dimension to this crisis that raises the stakes even higher. Dubai is no longer the only player in the region. Saudi Arabia is launching Riyadh Air and building King Salman International Airport, with a target of 120 million passengers by 2030. Qatar's Hamad International in Doha continues to win awards for efficiency and luxury. The competition for the title of global superconnector is heating up. If Dubai stays at DXB, it caps its own growth. It voluntarily cedes market share to Riyadh and Doha simply because it cannot land more planes. Moving to DWC is a defensive move as much as an offensive one. It secures Dubai's capacity dominance for the next century. It signals to the market and to competitors that Dubai intends to remain the primary crossroads of the world. The transition from DXB to DWC is inevitable. The current airport is a victim of its own success, strangled by the city it helped create. The new airport is a $35 billion bet that the world will keep flying and that they will keep flying through Dubai. It's the only solution. And this time, failure is not an option. If you want to understand the real money moving the aviation industry, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more business thrillers from Planes Inside. Thanks for watching.